me, but I was acquitted a month and 3 days before Tupac was born. I was real happy.
Tell me how you did it. There's no way I can pay you back, but the plan is to show you that I understand.
Yo, what's good, fam? Welcome back. If you're ready to dive deep into the heart and soul of hip-hop's most legendary figure, you're in the right place. Today, we're counting down the top 10 most iconic 2Pac songs that shook the world. Get ready for raw emotion, hard truths, and timeless classics that still resonate today. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be hitting that subscribe button and leaving a comment guaranteed. Let's get it. Few artists have left a mark on music and culture as deeply as Tupac Shakur. A poet, a revolutionary, and a relentless voice of the streets, Tupac wasn't just a rapper. He was a movement. From the raw emotion of his storytelling to the fire of his political commentary, every track he dropped carried weight. Whether he was honoring his mother, calling out injustice, or lighting up the club, Tupac had an uncanny ability to connect with millions through truth and intensity. His legacy lives on not just in record sales or headlines, but in the songs that continue to echo through generations.
I hear Brenda's got a baby, but Brenda's barely got a brain. A damn shame, the who really didn't care to see or give a damn if she went out and had a...
Brenda's Got a Baby was the world's first real introduction to Tupac the Storyteller. Released in 1991 on his debut album 2Pacalypse Now, the song is a harrowing narrative about a 12-year-old girl who becomes pregnant and is left to fend for herself. Inspired by a real news story, Tupac uses vivid, compassionate lyrics to expose the systemic failures, poverty, abuse, and neglect that affect inner-city youth. Over a minimalist beat, his voice carries sorrow and outrage, painting Brenda not as a statistic, but as a symbol of forgotten lives. At just 20 years old, Tupac was already tackling topics many rappers wouldn't dare touch. Brenda's Got a Baby isn't entertainment. It's a wake-up call, a journalistic piece disguised as hip-hop. It set the tone for his career as a voice for the voiceless, showing that behind the bravado was a deeply empathetic artist. If you felt the raw emotion in this one, drop a Brenda in the comments. Right from the opening piano riff, Ambitionz's AzARidah grabs you by the throat. Released in 1996 as the fiery introduction to All Eyes on Me, it's Tupac at his most defiant and unapologetic. The beat, produced by Daz Dillinger, is pure West Coast menace, dark, hypnotic, and relentless. Tupac uses it as a canvas to paint his manifesto. He's a soldier, a survivor, and a self-made legend who refuses to be broken. I won't deny it, I'm a straight Ridah, you don't want to fuck with me. The line became a motto for millions. The song is a declaration of independence, revenge, and resilience after his incarceration. It's not just a rap track, it's a mission statement. From flow to content, this is Tupac in beast mode, solidifying his mythos as an untouchable figure in hip-hop lore. Hit that like button if you feel the Ridah energy.
I get around, still clown with the underground when we come up. If you wanna see me, try to leave a number, baby, when you need me, and I'll be there in a jiffy. Don't be picky.
With IGetAround, released in 1993, Tupac showed he could party just as hard as he could preach. This is Tupac in full playboy mode, a charismatic, unapologetic ladies' man, flaunting his charm over a funky, upbeat production by Shock G and Money B. The track features members of Digital Underground, and their chemistry is infectious. While some of Tupac's music leans into heavy themes, IGetAround is breezy, fun, and full of swagger. His flow is nimble, his delivery playful, and the vibe celebratory. It's a summer anthem, a club favorite, and a reminder that Tupac wasn't just a revolutionary thinker, he was also a magnetic entertainer. The song helped broaden his appeal without compromising his edge, proving that he could dominate radio as easily as the streets. If you're feeling the vibe, drop a party pack in the comments.
Picture perfect, I paint a perfect picture, bombing suckers with precision. My intent is to get with you with that.
It feels good to you, baby bubba. You see, this is for the G's and the keys, young hustler.
When Tupac and Snoop Dogg teamed up on two of America's Most Wanted in 1996, it was an instant West Coast classic. The chemistry between the two is undeniable. They trade verses like seasoned outlaws recounting past heists with charm and bravado. The production, handled by Daz Dillinger, features a funky, rolling bass line and synths that scream G-Funk. 2Pac is in full rebel mode, mocking his legal troubles and flipping them into badges of honor. Snoop matches his energy with his signature laid-back flow, creating a contrast that elevates the track. What makes this song unforgettable is its cinematic feel. It's less a song and more a scene from a gangster film, full of swagger and defiance. It's not just about crime or conflict, it's about survival, loyalty, and the bond between two of hip-hop's most iconic voices. Two of America's Most Wanted is pure West Coast gold. If you love this collaboration, drop a West Coast in the comments.
Some say the blacker the better, the sweeter the juice. I say the darker the flesh and the deeper. I wonder why we take from our women, why we rape our women, do we hate our women?
Released in 1993 during a time of rising misogyny in hip-hop, Keep Ya Head Up was a breath of fresh air, a feminist anthem from one of rap's most complex voices. Built on a sample of Zapp's Be Alright, the beat is smooth and soulful, but it's 2Pac's message that hits hardest. Directed at women, especially single mothers and victims of abuse, the song is a rallying cry for respect and empowerment. 2Pac calls out absent fathers, societal double standards, and the systemic oppression facing black women with a rare sensitivity. It's the kind of song that made fans see 2Pac as more than just a gangsta rapper. He was a poet, a protector, and a product of his environment trying to rise above it. From its iconic chorus to its thoughtful verses, Keep Ya Head Up remains one of the most uplifting and socially conscious tracks in his catalog, cementing his role as a voice for justice. If you feel inspired, drop a head up in the comments.
Come with me, Hail Mary, run quick, see what do we deeply activate my hate, let it break till the flame set trip if the
Dark, meditative, and haunting, Hail Mary was released under 2Pac's Makaveli moniker just weeks after his death in 1996. The track opens with a somber, echoing beat that sets the tone for what feels like a spiritual seance. Unlike many of his more aggressive songs, Hail Mary is subdued and introspective, full of religious imagery and existential dread. 2Pac's verses explore betrayal, vengeance, and mortality, painting a portrait of a man seeking redemption in a world filled with sin. Featuring guest verses from Outlawz members Castro, Young Noble, and Yaki Gaddafi, the track feels like a prayer for guidance and a warning to enemies. The title invokes the Catholic prayer, but 2Pac's gospel is one born of pain and street justice. It's not just a song, it's a confessional, a final reckoning that captures the paranoia and intensity of his final days. Hail Mary isn't a radio hit, it's a chilling legacy track that leaves a lasting impression. If you felt the intensity, drop a Hail Mary in the comments.
When I was young, me and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. Don't bet you all appreciate it.
Released in early 1995 as the lead single from Me Against the World, Dear Mama is a heartfelt letter from son to mother, showcasing 2Pac at his most vulnerable and sincere. The song honors Afeni Shakur, a former Black Panther and single mother who raised 2Pac amid poverty and struggle. Over a soulful sample of the Spinners' Sadie, 2Pac reflects on his turbulent upbringing with gratitude and remorse, acknowledging his mother's strength despite the chaos. Lines like, "Even as a crack fiend mama, you always was a black queen mama," resonate with emotional depth and authenticity. What makes Dear Mama so powerful is its relatability. It transcends rap, speaking to anyone who's ever been shaped by a mother's love. The track earned universal acclaim and was even added to the National Recording Registry by the Library of Congress. If you love your mom, drop a Dear Mama in the comments.
First off, fuck your bitch in the click you claim. West side, when we ride, come equipped with game.
Get out the way, yo, get out the way, yo. Biggie Smalls just got dropped, little
Few
move
diss tracks
past.
in music history have ever hit as hard or as personally as Hit 'Em Up, released in 1996 as the B-side to How Do You Want It. From its opening line, 2Pac unleashes a volcanic fury aimed squarely at his former friend turned rival, the notorious B.I.G., and by extension, the entire East Coast rap scene. Backed by a menacing beat and supported by the Outlawz, 2Pac pulls no punches, making this more than just a musical feud, it was a declaration of war. The song's aggressive tone, explicit threats, and deeply personal insults ignited an already volatile East Coast-West Coast rivalry. Yet beyond the controversy, Hit 'Em Up is a masterclass in lyrical venom and delivery. 2Pac's cadence is relentless, his voice spitting with such intensity that each bar feels like a punch. Though divisive, the track is undeniably iconic, representing the raw emotion and street-level storytelling that made 2Pac such a compelling figure. It's not for the faint of heart, but it's unforgettable. If you felt the heat, drop a "Hit 'Em Up" in the comments.
Come on, come on. I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Shut up.
That's just the way it is.
Though released posthumously in 1998, Changes was originally recorded in 1992 during sessions for an unreleased album. It's one of 2Pac's most poignant and timeless tracks, offering a raw, introspective look at systemic racism, police brutality, and inner-city struggle. Built around a sample of Bruce Hornsby's The Way It Is, the song juxtaposes smooth, melodic piano with hard-hitting lyrics that remain eerily relevant decades later. 2Pac's voice carries frustration, wisdom, and hope as he raps about the cycles of poverty and violence that plague black communities. What sets Changes apart is its balance, angry yet reflective, socially conscious yet deeply personal. It's the sound of a man caught between despair and a desire to make a difference. The chorus, "That's just the way it is," encapsulates the resignation many feel, while 2Pac's verses challenge that fatalism with urgency and clarity. Among his vast catalog, Changes stands out as a lyrical manifesto and a reminder of his role not just as a rapper, but as a voice for the unheard. If you felt the message, drop a Changes in the comments.
A state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. The track hits your eardrum like a slug to your chest. Makaveli.
Released in 1995, California Love marked 2Pac's triumphant return to the spotlight after his release from prison, and it remains one of the most electrifying entries in hip-hop history. Produced by and featuring Dr. Dre, the track is a sonic celebration of West Coast culture, blending G-funk synths, booming bass lines, and a hook sampled from Joe Cocker's Woman to Woman. From the moment the beat drops, it's a full-throttle ride through California's sun-soaked streets, complete with braggadocious rhymes and outlaw swagger. 2Pac commands the mic with fiery charisma, declaring his dominance while embracing the state that shaped his story. The track was originally released as a double A-side with How Do You Want It, but it quickly took on a life of its own, becoming a party anthem and a cultural time capsule of 1990s hip-hop. Its futuristic Mad Max-inspired video only added to its legendary status. California Love wasn't just a hit, it was a statement, announcing to the world that 2Pac was back, bigger and bolder than ever. If you love this anthem, drop a California Love in the comments. All right, fam, that wraps up our countdown of 2Pac's top 10 most iconic songs. Which song hit you the hardest? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more legendary content. Also, check out this next video if you want to know the top 10 greatest songs from Jay-Z, King of Rap. Peace out.